Now remember, the aliens are going to destroy black people. You only got 10 things to give them, so.
Girl trip.
Oh, okay, Len. Stop. Yeah, you are no longer in charge of this list. You
What's wrong
gonna
with
get
this-
us. You gonna get us killed.
What's wrong with that list so
You
far?
gonna get us killed.
Why?
The big, tall, bald-head alien from
Yes.
the Serve Man
Yes.
with the dress on.
Yes.
And you got 10 shots for him not to eat us.
Yes.
Spoiler. And you gonna give him girls trip?
Yeah.
Young Junk!
Welcome to the Micheaux Mission, 2 Men, 1 podcast, every black film ever made. My name is Vincent Williams, and I am joined as always by my partner.
Hey, my name is Len.
And this evening, we are going to spend some time with something that is arguably the most successful series from the 80s. As
Whoa.
far as
Ooh, hot take.
as far as how many sequels it had, its longevity.
Ooh, okay.
I was just thinking about it as I was saying it, like Rocky had 5 sequels.
Yes. Yes, it did.
I think Alien only had 4.
Alien has had...
There were 4 in the original before you moved to Alien versus Predator and all of that.
Okay, all right.
So as far as the 5 movie club, who is it?
So is this the first cinematic universe?
It's again, Rocky had 5 before it reverted back to Rocky. Perhaps Police Academy had like 7 or 8.
Well, if you will allow me to dip into my classic movie bin, we do have the Thin Man
Well,
series.
I said during the 80s. I said the 80s because I knew you were going to.
Oh, so not the
1880s. Wuthering thrust of destiny.
Wuthering thrust of
Wuthering
destiny.
thrust of destiny. Do 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 do.
That sounds
starring Clifton St. Joculis.
That sounds like Merchant Ivory's porn.
Right. And Catherine Heron.
No, I'm not talking about Wuthering Thrust. What movie are we talking about, Vincent?
Iron Eagle 2. The sequel to Iron Eagle, the second installment in the Iron Eagle saga from 1988, starring Stuart McGowan, Mark Humphrey, and the reason that we're here, Louis Gossett Jr.
Lou Gossett Jr. And it's actually Stuart Margolin. Margolin. A very accomplished character actor.
Does he talk about this?
Margolin?
Does he talk about Iron Eagle 2? Does he talk about his work in Iron Eagle 2?
No, he doesn't.
When I was in Iron Eagle 2 with Academy Award winner Louis Gossett Jr.?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't?
He more often
doesn't come up?
More often than not, he shows up on comedies. Actually.
On comedies? This was funny. I don't know if it's intentionally funny. But we'll get to all that here on the Micheaux Mission. How are you, Len?
I'm doing great. And shout out to each and every one of you out there watching us as we stream live from Young Junk to YouTube, where, according to George Camonas, I'm reading in the chat, says that it shows that we're supposed to be starting our show at 8 p.m.
Oh, no.
That would be wrong. We always start at 7 p.m.
We do.
I don't know where that is coming up at 8 p.m., but I do see that a lot of people are showing up in the chat as usual.
Excellent.
So they have gotten the alert, and shout out to each and every one of you out there. We're going to start the show, as unfortunately we've had to do a number of times this year in 2025 on a bit of a sad note.
Yeah.
Because yesterday on August 11th, the world of entertainment in general, but especially Black entertainment, lost another one of their smiles in Danielle Spencer, the star of What's Happening, sitcom from the 70s.
70s.
It's a character D.
Yeah.
Passed away at the age of 60 years young. Yesterday, August 11th, Danielle Spencer, who was Dr. Danielle Spencer. Let's give her her propers. She earned her doctorate in veterinary medicine.
She was a vet. She sure was.
In 1993. It had been living with her mother for the last few years. To hear her brother tell it in a lot of the stories, she was a loving soul. Had some health issues that she had to deal with that finally got the best of her. but really was a bright star when she hit the airwaves in the 70s on What's Happening at the age of 9 years old.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She was really young.
I know.
You look at those that first season of what and the early part of the first season.
Yeah, right.
Because this was back when, I think it was like 20, 25 episodes.
At least I think maybe like 26.
Right. Like by the end of the season, you could see her getting older.
That's right. Because what they would do, they would film them in batches.
Right.
So you would really see like she turned from a young little girl. But even then, and it wasn't so much like there have been child stars forever.
Of course.
Right. But unlike someone as akin to, let's say, Gary Coleman or Emmanuel Stewart, who definitely had their talent, there was a precociousness about them, and that's what got them over.
Right.
Danielle Spencer as Dee, she was adorable. She was adorable. But you could also see the light in her. This was a star. This was a smart, brilliant, young woman or girl on screen who was just as nobody was feeding her lines. She had impeccable comic timing on that show. And she was so much the star of the show that when they tried to bring back What's Happening, she came back as a special guest star.
Yeah.
Because she was like, look.
Really disturbing episode.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
We don't need to talk about What's Happening now because it happened then.
Right.
But What's Happening was she was the star. Like there was Rerun and then there was Dee. They were the stars of that show.
You know what I thought differentiated her from you just mentioned him, Gary Coleman, Emmanuel Lewis.
Yeah, I think Emmanuel Lewis. Yeah.
I'll even throw Janet Jackson on there when she was on Good Times.
Okay.
You always got the sense with the first two, definitely, and certainly to a certain extent with Janet Jackson, although I think arguably Janet Jackson maybe grew into the role a little bit. I never got the sense that Emmanuel Lewis nor Gary Coleman were actually part of the ensemble. Like you could tell everyone was kind of setting them up for their moment.
Okay.
And then everyone just sort of backed away, let them have their moment, and then people kind of come back in.
Okay.
The thing I always liked about Danielle Spencer is she actually interacted. Like as much as you talk about her with her brother.
Raj. Ernest Thomas.
I actually thought she did really well with Mabel King.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how I feel about Mabel King. So the fact that you could have this child with Mabel King, already a seasoned actress.
Yes.
And it worked.
Well, what worked about it was because, and I think this is what is the lasting legacy of What's Happening and why it is so well remembered.
Mm-hmm.
This show really, the reboot aside, it only lasted 3 seasons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, mind you, like you said, this was back when they were doing like 20-something shows.
I think it's 70 episodes. You know my thing. It's more episodes of What's Happening than like almost Game of Thrones. Like I think Game of Thrones has more episodes, but like maybe 6 more episodes.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. And in those 3 seasons.
Yeah.
But I think the reason why it's so well remembered is because that cast, they felt authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Raj, Rerun, Dwayne, they felt like they were actually 3 friends that lucked up and got this job on this show.
Right.
Raj, Mabel King, and Danielle Spencer as Dee, they felt like a family.
Well, my read of What's Happening, why it kind of fascinates me. It was a show that wasn't actually about anything.
No,
it very rarely had.
There was no high concept to it.
A plot like we all talk about the Doobie Brothers episodes,
yeah,
because that was one of the few episodes that had like this really plot-driven thing going on.
Yeah.
Because usually it was them just sort of hanging out. And as you said, and to be clear, I'm not trying to oversell what's happening. Like,
no,
it's not,
no one is.
It's not the first season of Homicide. But it was pleasant. It popped. It moved. As you mentioned, it's a bunch of young actors who interacted well with each other. And for a show that didn't have a plot, that wasn't as plot heavy, I think the fact that it does have this sort of place in Black pop culture speaks to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now, you can try and brush it aside if you want, but also when I think about Danielle Spencer, I think about the episode of What's Happening Now, where she comes back and her and Dwayne start dating.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's so weird. And no one talks about how weird it is.
Yeah. It is weird. It is weird. it is weird. I mean, this kind of thing happens though.
No.
It does.
No. I'm sorry. I know what happens. Nobody wants to talk about that.
That's true. That's the thing.
Like, I need to know what was going on in the writer's room where somebody said, you know what we should do? Danielle Spencer is coming back. We have to make it special because it's Danielle Spencer. What if she start dating Dwayne? And no one in the room said, yeah, we shouldn't do that. No one's going to like that at all.
Yeah, it wasn't a good call.
It wasn't.
It wasn't a good call.
It wasn't.
Mostly because she could do better.
Dwayne worked in computers. I have a surprisingly, but not that surprisingly, deep well of knowledge of what's happening now.
It boggles my mind.
Another show with, like, I think it's more episodes of what's happening now than like Stranger Things.
I believe that. Because it was in syndication. Right. So I do. God, the things
like the residual check that Martin Lawrence gets from what's happening now is probably bigger than you think.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
That's true. Martin Lawrence, wasn't there another name person that kind of got their pop from what's happening now?
I don't know if she got her pop, but Anne-Marie Johnson played Raj's wife.
Yeah. And I think that may have been like the first time she really...
You like saw it and said, oh, that's a shame she's on this. She should be on something else.
She could have done better too.
I hope she gets better opportunities than this. Is that Clark Johnson? That's going to make sense in about a half hour.
Yeah, wait for that. All right. But
rest in peace, Danielle Spencer.
Yes. Yes. Rest in peace. Let's hear from you, missionaries, or your emails, or as we like to call them,
missives from the missionaries. All right. I think that's good to know.
It was different.
I might want to say something.
It was different to hear that because we usually just assume it. But it's like air traffic control over here. Missives from the missionaries. Vincent, we have a email from Juan Blaylock.
Hey, what's up, Juan?
Good morning from Houston.
All right.
I woke up listening to your final Come Down episode and had to stop when you started talking about A Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
Picture it. It's the early 90s. Mm-hmm. I'm going to my very first dance in the 7th grade.
Aww.
I walk in the gym and the music is so loud it's vibrating my body.
All right.
They're playing My Name is D Nice. Mm-hmm. Everyone's dancing, but I don't think I know how to dance.
Okay.
Then Bonita Applebum comes on. A boy named DC asked me to dance.
All right, DC.
That song wrapped me up and lifted me.
All right.
I was instantly in love, not with the boy,
Okay.
but with hip hop.
Okay. All right.
I never heard anything so amazing. Before then, I listened to rap, of course, and everything else, but I hadn't found my music. That did it. I was madly in love with hip hop. I can still remember how that song made me feel, and every time I hear it, I'm back on that dance floor with DC. Well, no, I popped that in. I feel like maybe I told y'all this story before, but oh well. I'm almost 50 now, and hip hop is still my love, my favorite kind of music because of A Tribe Called Quest. Thank you so much for the memories. This is why I love you guys, Juan.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are very welcome. Juan.
Absolutely.
And thank you for sharing that story.
Yeah.
And it's a lovely story. All right. We have an email from, this is an old friend of ours, Steve Tozen.
Steve.
Okay. It's been a long time since I've written in, and I must say, I am enjoying every single stop on the mission. As someone who was introduced to Marvel Comics via the Fantastic Four in 1984, I've been in a good mood since seeing Fantastic Four First Steps, which I would call the first piece of good Fantastic Four non-comics media since the 1967 cartoon. I wasn't big on the 70s cartoon without the Human Torch. I agree. I was not big on the 70s cartoon without the Human Torch as well. However, I do have to say that the 1967 cartoon does not hold up. But anyway, that's my part, my take.
I have a soft spot for Herbie, but I understand.
As a result, Steve continues, I've been diving back into some of the various great Fantastic Four runs.
Comic
Stan
talk.
Lee and Kirby, John Byrne, Walt Simonson, Hickman, Slott, and Ryan North's excellent current run.
It is a good run. Are you reading it?
I've read a lot of it.
It's a good run.
It's good.
Yeah, he's doing work.
The debate you guys had regarding the age gap between Reed and Sue Richard caught my attention as, like Len, I didn't know it to be canon, nor did I think that it was important. I was quite incorrect. Yes, and let me take this moment right now.
That's right.
To point out that Vincent did correct me and show me the panel in John Byrne's run where he clearly indicates that Reed Richards, gray temples and all, was introduced to a young toddler named Susan Storm.
She wasn't a toddler, but she was damn sure 11.
She was 11 years young. She was 11 years young, and it was a disturbing image to say the least.
John Byrne would have appreciated D dating.
dating Dwayne.
John Byrne was sitting somewhere going, I can see that. I can see that. He was in high school.
Totally tracks.
When he was in high school and D was non and talking about stealing candy, they shared a knowing look. It's the same energy. It's the exact same energy.
Okay. Wait a minute. Let me just ask this question.
Okay. All right. What's your question?
Going back to what's happening.
All right.
Dwayne, who was younger than Raj.
He was younger than Raj.
Probably by at least, a year, 2 years?
I think canonically, he was a year younger than Raj.
Okay. Which means puts him at the first season probably playing that he's about 16 years old.
He's like a sophomore.
And she's 9. So there's a 7-year difference.
There's a 7-year gap.
So, but by the time we get to what's happening now,
right? He's like 30, and she's like 23. Is that not 7 years?
Is he 30 or is he in his 30s?
Okay. D, I believe, has just graduated college.
So she's about 23, 24.
Right. Okay, so he's 31?
31.
Okay, however you want to do 7 years.
All right, so he's a 7-year difference.
Right.
7 years. They're both adults.
He knew her when she was a child. Because now what it forces you to do is you got to go back and look at the old episodes, and now you start, it's like now the word grooming has entered the conversation.
But not necessarily.
But see, the fact that you have to say not necessarily, we shouldn't even be having this conversation. That's my point exactly. Whatever the gap is, if you knew her when she was this is I used to be in your class when I was 14, but now I'm 35. No, that's still, no, because what was happening when you were 14?
Maybe nothing.
But see, the fact that you have to say maybe.
But okay. If nothing happened, then nothing happened.
And why are we talking about it with dumbass what's happening now?
I don't know. It just came
Where Rerun had to come back. Because remember Fred Stubbs wasn't back like the first season because Fred Stubbs was playing hardball.
Yes.
And then they had to bring him back. And then he was like the mascot for the used car lot. And they had him dress up like a genie.
Boy, you know a lot about this show. You know way too much. Vincent, you could all this what's happening knowledge, you can let it go. You could let it go, bro. Let it all go now. What else?
This is apocryphal, and it is apocryphal. But what I always heard, and I swear I read it somewhere, and I've looked for it before, but I always heard that Freddie Stubbs said something about him not coming back to what's happening. And clearly he's the star of what's happening. And he should be paid X amount because Philip Michael Thomas gets paid X amount to be on Miami Vice.
I seem to remember reading that too.
And he had his name in the same sentence as Philip Michael Thomas.
And Miami Vice.
Yes. And even as however old we were with what's happening now, like I was reading it in the Ebony magazine or like Jet. Like I was reading it in Jet. Like I turned to page 43, I said, ooh, she's pretty. And then I was reading the articles. And then it said Freddie Rerun Stubbs plays hardball with what's happening now.
And then you went back to 43.
Back to page 43.
Well, she's really pretty.
Is Karen Jenkins of Detroit, Michigan. Her hobbies include photography, crossword puzzles, and she's a stewardess. If this was 15, no, you're a Philistine.
Why?
What it really is because you got the straight razor to cut it out. You got to cut it out. Like all that ripping, you're going to mess up the edges.
Oh, and then I cut the
you got to do the.
I would cut it.
But see, if you just had a straight razor, you'd get it in and you put it up. The bad thing is, this was 15 years ago. I could tell you the photographer. Remember, was that one photographer that took all the pictures?
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. That was his job.
Yeah. So
that was his job, man.
I feel bad that the youngs will never know the joy of the Jet Beauty of the Week.
Okay. Oh, we're in the middle of the email.
Because we got a hard-hitting, filled with analysis episode around Iron Eagle 2.
The Iron Eagle 2.
The second part of the Iron Eagle.
Why aren't we doing Iron Eagle?
Right.
I promise. We haven't even brought it up. Don't care. All right. I'm in the middle of the email.
Yeah. With Steve Tozen.
Yeah. Steve Tozen. Still talking about Fantastic Four.
Right.
Not only does Sue Storm in various flashbacks during the Burn run talk about how young she was compared to an in-college Reed Richards.
He used to hang out with my older brother.
Older brother Dwayne.
Right. My older brother Raj. Right.
But specifically in Fantastic Four 283, while torturing her, the Psycho Man overwhelms her with a device implanting more fear into her mind, specifically spreading a message of fear that the gulf of years between yourself and your husband creates in his mind the image of you as a foolish child, undeserving of his love. I do remember this as well. Thus, among many other events, is direct motivation for Sue 1 issue later after defeating Psycho Man to forever changing her name from the Invisible Girl to the Invincible Woman.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure the sliding Marvel timescale has shortened the gap of their age since that time, but I wanted to share my findings as not only this is an important moment in Fantastic Four history, but in the various media appearances made by the current movie's cast. They had very strong reactions to the story and costume of Sue's other identity, Malice, who was introduced in the above storyline, with Vanessa Kirby expressing a desire to play that version of Sue Richards one day. I thought you two would enjoy that factoid, and please keep up the mission. Excelsior, Steve Tozen. I actually did read that.
Thank you, Steve Tozen.
I read that interview with Vanessa Kirby, who plays Sue Storm in the movie, and mentioned the Malice character, mentioned that storyline, and thought that she expressed interest in playing that character, giving life to that storyline. Doesn't mean that she would dress up in that god-awful outfit, but doing that storyline. I don't think Susan Storm, as has been set up in the Fantastic Four universe as it is right now.
Sure.
That's not that Sue Storm.
No.
At all. I mean, the Sue Storm in the Fantastic Four movie is probably the strongest emotionally and arguably powerful of the four.
Yeah.
In the entire movie, in the movie. So that's not the Sue Storm of the comic book runs.
Which, in John Byrne's defense, I believe he's the one that established she's the most powerful member.
He is the one that first.
But the most important part about Steve Tozen's letter is that I was right.
Yes.
Right. So
you were right.
All right. Go ahead. Please continue.
I can continue now.
Yes, please do.
Now that has been said.
Yeah, we put that in the record.
And we have one final email. This is from Michael Lockett.
Hey, what's up, Michael?
What's up, Len, Vince, fellow missionaries? I hope you are not melting or getting flooded out. This summer's weather has been extreme in every way that word connotes. Thankfully, we have you two and movies like Distinguished Gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
And Little Woods to give us refuge.
Oh, yeah.
Last week's Eddie Murphy flick, Distinguished Gentlemen, was surprisingly good. I missed this when it came out, as I was probably neck deep in A Few Good Men or The Bodyguard.
Sure.
You two and our good friend Daryl.
Daryl Charles. What's up, Daryl?
Hit it right on the head with your critique. It's a fun little movie that gives you an inside look without moralizing too much about the corruption in politics. It is. It's a good movie. It's a fun movie. A lot of mindful of Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Wayback Machine dropped me with you two, as well as Tessa Thompson in Little Woods.
Yeah.
This is the kind of movie I love that you two bring us. I would not have stumbled upon this on my own. It is a great movie with so many nods to other genres and directorial styles. I drop films like this into the silent killer box. They are not overpowering in the sound design, dialogue, explosions, etc. And yet, they murder you with the quality storytelling. It was undeniable after this that Tessa Thompson could act and carry a film by her damn self. Amen to that. As I clicked around looking for something to watch on TV, I saw an ad for Fantastic Four, and it dawned on me that all I'd seen this summer on the big screen, I felt a little underwhelmed. Continue the search on TV. I saw Wednesday is back on Netflix. Strange New World has returned. Starfleet Academy will be coming next year. And premiering tonight, we have Alien Earth, which Vincent is eagerly waiting for. Is it just me, or do you think that TV has 100% trampled film in terms of storytelling power and fan base? TV, whether it be a series or a limited series, has the vast majority of stars and staying power, and I doubt film can reclaim it due to streaming. Your thoughts, all the best, Michael Lockett. I think it probably has taken the mantle from television, from motion pictures in storytelling, because of how many platforms there are out there,
right,
to get these stories told. And as streaming becomes more and more the way that we are just comfortable receiving media, and media that is of a quality of film. Yeah. Like you used to have to go to the motion pictures to see your bigger name stars. Yeah. Your bigger name stars are finding quality work,
Oh yeah.
story worth their talent, worth
Oh
their
yeah.
time, and that they can have ownership of, I think more importantly, on these streaming platforms that they can be in more partnership with, as opposed to with the major motion picture companies. That's why they are lending their talents to these streaming projects, and this we are all the better for it.
Yeah. I don't even know if I want to do a one-to-one competition. I think television has clawed its way into being a form that can be just as prestigious, and you can have just as many resources as film. And everything that he's named. I'll throw something out that I just watched on a humble that I thought was surprisingly well done and has slipped through the cracks. The 4 episodes of Eyes of Wakanda on Disney Plus is surprisingly good.
Yeah,
And by surprisingly, no one really talked about it.
Yeah, they kind of just dropped it out there.
It just kind of dropped and went away.
Yeah.
But besides the genre films, and certainly, I enjoyed Superman and Fantastic Four. We're not too far removed from Sinners. I am actually going to grit my teeth. I want to go see Weapons.
Ooh, that's big for you.
Yeah.
Because that's a horror movie.
Yeah, but everything I've read about Weapons, everything I've seen about Weapons, and it seems like a film that would work really well on the big screen.
It's doing fantastic.
Yeah, and I do think that
put Fantastic Four out of business.
Well, yeah, I do think there are films that work really well on the screen. But at the same time, as we've discussed, and as Michael mentioned, I think television is in this great place too. I really do think our big challenge now is sifting through everything. I've heard good things about Washington Black. I haven't watched it yet. I spent all last spring talking about Sterling K. Brown on Paradise, and he's this is his baby, and I just haven't gotten to it.
Yeah.
So
the other thing, television is not what it was before.
Right.
I mean, and that started with cable. That started with
absolutely.
The prestige of HBO, and now streaming kind of building into that. But it also is let's face it, we're not at home. The majority of people we're not at home watching TV on 19-inch TVs anymore.
Look.
We have movie screens in our home.
Yeah.
Which yes, there are some films that definitely play on the big screen. You talked about Superman, Fantastic Four. One of the films that we reviewed not too long ago, All Dirt Roads Taste of Salt.
Yeah.
On the big screen is a entirely different perspective. But we've got movie screens at home, which makes that experience that much different. We were just talking here before the cameras went on, looking forward to Alien Earth because it looks so good.
Right.
And the first thing that I said is it looks almost like an Apple TV series.
Right.
And when you watch an Apple TV series, you might as well be watching a movie.
You know what?
Almost
oh my God.
every episode.
You just made me feel so guilty. I've been meaning to say this for the past month, and I feel super guilty because friend to the show, Simone Missick, is one of the stars of it. Government Cheese on Apple TV. I don't know if it'll get a second season.
Oh, that's right.
Look.
Oh man, I feel bad.
Wow, what a good show.
Is it?
Yeah.
I haven't been able to check it out.
And hot take, Simone is fantastic.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb. Y'all record this. This is what I say. Simone is really good. I know. I'm talking crazy.
Well, okay, then real quick, give people the 30-second pitch on Government Cheese.
David, it's a period piece, kind of.
Okay.
Because it's set in the 60s, but it's one of these it's one of these shows, I think about like the Fallout television show.
Okay.
And there's another example that I thought about where they're period pieces, but race almost isn't a factor.
Okay.
Like it's black people, it's Asian characters, it's Indian, but like nobody is racist. Nobody really acknowledges anything.
But the trappings are a period.
Oh, it's definitely a period piece.
Okay.
David Oyelowo, and excuse me if I mispronounce his name, was a petty criminal, got out of prison. He's invented a drill, but he's getting pulled back into the life of crime. By, how did I just forget his name? He's going through a renaissance. He's so good. Brother, bald head.
I need more.
Is in Dead Presidents.
Bokeem
Woodbine.
Okay.
Bokeem Woodbine is amazing in it. Simone plays his wife.
Bokeem's wife.
No, plays David Oyelowo's wife. Amazing. They have two young actors that play their sons that I don't remember their names. I know the one son, thanks to my daughter for pointing this out. He played Ralph in the New Edition movie.
Okay.
He's very much the breakout. Like he's very much when you watch it. And again, Simone, David Oyelowo, Bokeem Woodbine. He's the actor that you say, yeah, that's the one. That's the kid right there.
Okay.
Like he's the one you need to tag. Speaking of Tessa Thompson, like, because we tagged Tessa Thompson early. It's like, but just, it's sort of surreal.
Oh.
Kind of this kind of loose, surreal tone to it. And again, I think maybe even the way they play it racially, that might be part of the tone. But Apple, fantastic, is like 8-9 episodes.
Nice.
I remember when it came on, but then it got kind of caught up in the kind of churn of everything, and then it was gone. And then I don't even know how I start watching it. Just want to humble me and Wendy. Oh, let's watch the first episode. And then it was like, oh my God, this is really good.
Oh man,
yeah.
I can't wait to check it out.
$1 short and a day late. I'm recommending Government Cheese.
I will definitely check it out.
Yeah,
that sounds great.
Yeah,
that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's our thoughts. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael, for that email. Real quick, Vincent. This is a quick lesson. And look, we've got time, and Iron Eagle 2 is coming.
So we got to talk about Iron Eagle 2.
We're going to be reviewing Iron Eagle 2.
The second part of the 5-part Iron Eagle saga.
Was it 5? I thought it was more than that.
No, I think the last one was direct to video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Only one went direct to video?
I think so. Don't give me the line.
I think we want to check your facts on that.
I surprisingly do not have a whole lot of Iron Eagle knowledge.
This is all backed up with hitting what's happening.
What's happening? Because remember, Martin Lawrence was in the young crew.
Okay.
All right.
We're done.
All right.
Okay. Lock it away.
Yeah.
But I need you to open up in another corner of your brain.
Okay. All right.
Because I was asked by a friend.
Okay.
To create a list.
Oh Lord, you and your list. Go ahead.
I was asked to do this.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. What's the list?
So I'm sharing it with you.
All right, what's the list?
I'm going to do it myself. Of 10 movies, 10 black films.
Oh Lord.
From 1980 to now.
Okay, all right.
Okay. To introduce to someone who has not watched black movies.
Oh my goodness gracious. All right, so 10 black movies, 1980. Yes. All right,
so now off the top of my head.
All right, what you got?
All right, top of my head. Trying to be well-rounded.
Yeah. This is the 1960s Twilight Zone episode exercise. Like I always think, like some godlike aliens come to Earth, and now we have to prove our worth as a people.
Exactly.
So
okay. All right. So off the top of my head.
Okay.
Moonlight. I mean, now I just drew it. Did I Moon? I said Moonlight. Moonlight.
Okay. All right.
All right. Friday.
Ooh. We only got 10?
Do the right thing.
Okay.
I'm going to say Pariah.
Okay, this is your list.
Because I love Pariah.
Now remember, the aliens are going to destroy black people. You only got 10 things to give them, so.
Girl Trip.
Oh, okay, Len. Stop. Yeah, you are no longer in charge of this list. You're going to get us killed.
What's wrong with that list so far?
You're going to get us killed.
Why?
The big, tall, bald-head alien from the Serve Man with the dress on?
Yes.
And you got 10 shots for him not to eat us?
Yes.
Spoiler. And you going to give him Girls Trip?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Finish your list.
Well, that's what I got so far.
Oh, okay. Your list is... No. All right.
What's wrong with that list?
Okay.
Okay, what you got?
10 from 1980. Okay. I'll start with your list. I'll throw Do the Right Thing on there.
I said do the right thing.
I said I'm going to start with your list. I just said it. You're so busy over there talking about some damn Girls Trip. Like, you really going to trust, what's her name?
Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish with The Fate of Us?
Yes. She got Queen Latifah.
Do the Right Thing, Eve's Bayou, Daughters of the Dust.
And
okay, you have no you have no credibility. You don't get to ant. You just sit and listen. Do the Right Thing, Eve's Bayou, Daughters of the Dust. Trading Places, although I'm open for putting another Eddie Murphy one in that slot. I'll throw Moonlight in there as well. My dark horse, I'm teasing you about Girls Trip, but unlike, I would switch out Girls Trip and put in Soul Food. This is since 1980. A Soldier Story. So what's that, 7? So now I need 3 more. What's our joint that we just showed?
Almost Rainbow?
I'm going to throw Almost Rainbow in there. I'm going to throw Almost Rainbow in there. No.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to switch out Almost Rainbow with The Watermelon Woman.
Okay. All right.
So what's that, 8?
You've lost a lot of credibility with this list. You have.
I've not lost credibility at all. I've proven our worth.
You have. You've lost credibility.
My brother said Uptown Saturday Night because he's not listening. He didn't read the instructions, and he knows better because we went to the same school with the SAT prep that they gave us the practice questions, the practice test where you had to read the instructions, and the last thing on the instruction was color it in blue ink, do a blue star at the bottom, and otherwise you fail, because we said since 1980. I'm not angry at my brother. I'm just disappointed.
Here's the thing people don't know. When we have the chat that is ongoing here, we are able to see it. I see what everybody says. Vincent only says Damon. Him and Damon
have to make sure he's not bringing shame to House Williams. What do I have? 2 more?
So I would take out Trading Places. I would put in Coming to America.
I think Trading Places is a better movie. But okay. Trading Places is a better movie, but Coming to America is a better black movie.
Yes. So I would put Coming to America. And I know how you feel about Daughters of the Dust, and I feel the same way. Well, I enjoyed Daughters of the Dust as well. But I would take out Daughters of the Dust, and I would throw in a little bit of my bias, admittedly. I would put on. You know what I would put on?
What?
Oh, what is the Anjanae Ellis movie?
Undercover Brother?
No.
Are you talking about Undercover Brother?
No, the movie about class.
About class?
Yeah. The adapted from the book.
Oh, yeah, I think Cast is unwieldy.
What was it?
Cast.
Cast.
Yeah, Cast is all over the place.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't like Cast.
Because my first choice is actually to put it in All Dirt Rose Taste of Salt.
I think Doors of the Dust is better than that. And now we're just at a matter of taste.
Okay, that's where the matter of taste on that one. And you said something else I think I would take down. Watermelon Woman.
See, here's the problem with Watermelon Woman. I need some queer black women in the mix. And I couldn't come up with anything off the top of my head.
You don't think Pariah? That's one of my choice.
You know what? You are 100% correct. I'll switch out Watermelon Woman and throw in Pariah. You are 100% right.
I'm what?
100% right.
Thank
the
you.
problem is I stopped listening to you because you said girls trip. And in my mind, I said, this Negro about to get us killed. So then I'd stop. I threw out, like I said, I'm going to throw this bathwater out. And the baby was in the middle of it.
Oh no, the baby.
Girls trip, throw all that bathwater out. Hey man, the baby's still in there. I get it out of here.
Oh, and you said soul food.
Yes.
I would take out soul food and I would put in Love Jones.
Nope. Still like soul food. You know, we've had this. Like, I think Love Jones I think soul food has more universal appeal than Love Jones. Having said that, I still have a slot left and I'll put in Love Jones.
Oh, okay, so you're going to have...
So now I have 10.
Hey, I ain't mad with
now
2 Nia Long movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't mad.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at any list that got 2 Nia Long movies in it. Right. It's an okay list with me.
Right, so then that big tall bald head alien, hopefully he's not going, because remember at the end, the dude was in, he said, eat up, eat up. He kept giving it a tray of food and he refused to eat it.
Well, first you squeezed them.
Right.
You see, he's like,
right.
Ooh.
he came in and he said, eat up. The dude was on his way back to, and then the last shot was him scarfing down the food because he was so hungry. I said, damn. Twilight Zone, man.
I see in the chat that other people besides Damon are caping for Set It Off.
Yeah.
Menace to Society.
Yeah.
Both of those are good movies.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think,
we only got 10 and I'm trying not to get eaten by that tall, crazy looking alien.
And I don't think either of those films are necessarily movies that people like.
Again, we got 10. We got 10.
Yeah. They're good movies. Harlem Nights, no. Harlem Nights is not as great a movie as y'all all believed. Life is funny, but no.
Right.
No. I think we got a good 10.
Yeah, it's good. That's a solid 10.
That's a solid 10. That's solid 10. It's 2 Nia Longs. I mean, look, we ain't knocking off Nia Long.
Right. You talking about Nia Long. I'm trying not to get us eaten by the 1960s Twilight Zone alien.
Nia Long will save us.
Nia Long will not save us.
She'll save me.
All right.
I could care less.
Well, tell your friend there's our list.
There's our list.
There you go.
All right?
All right.
So, have fun. All right. It is now time for the Game of Kings.
Yes.
As we like to call it. 6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin.
All right. I think I appreciate that. I want to say something anti-Semitic or something racist. I don't know.
6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin, where I give Vincent 2 actors and he has 6 movies or less to connect them to D'Urville Martin, a man that every black person should know about, see, and appreciate.
And who will save us? Save us, Derville. Save us.
Oh, how he's been waiting for those words.
All right.
All
who we
right.
got?
Keeping it in theme.
All right.
Ish.
Iron Eagle.
We're going to be reviewing Iron Eagle 2 tonight.
Yes.
So, Vincent, I want you to connect Derville Martin to these two actors who appear in Iron Eagle 1, because that was a film that we were supposed to screen review tonight.
Interesting.
But for reasons as will become clear soon, we weren't able to review it.
Okay.
So, in 6 films or less, connect Derville Martin to Larry B. Scott.
I don't recognize that name.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that.
You will immediately recognize his face when I bring him up.
Okay.
Let me get a good picture of him.
Oh, Lamar from Revenge of the Nerds.
There you go. Very good.
You know, he's an interesting case.
Because?
We've actually talked about him before.
I believe we have, yes.
Yeah, because he stars in A Hero Ain't Nothing But a Sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, well, see, here's the thing. I want to talk about 2 movies, but they're connected to the 2 different movies. Because the thing about A Hero Ain't Nothing But a Sandwich, that's Paul Winfield, right?
Yes.
That play, right. And Paul Winfield is, of course, in Brother John. Well, I'll start this way. Derville Martin is in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with Sidney Poitier. Sidney Poitier is in Brother John with Paul Winfield. And that's interesting because remember, Paul Winfield plays a heavy. And we talked about it. Paul Winfield never plays a heavy.
Yeah.
So it was such an interesting role. But the important thing, missionaries, is that if you still haven't seen Brother John, go see Brother John. Like I was singing about Brother John a few weeks ago. I think you and I were talking about something that was very lightly science fiction. And I always think about Brother John, a film that I think it was Michael said he loves the kind of movie we talk about, that we bring it to his attention. Yeah. And I've said, like, Brother John is 100% a movie that one of the missionaries talked about and brought that to our attention.
Yep.
So that's one way to get. And then he's in A Hero Ain't Nothing But a Sandwich with Larry
B. Scott.
Larry B. Scott. But then the other thing about Larry B. Scott is that Derville Martin is in Sheba Baby. With Pam Grier. Pam Grier is in Hitman with Bernie Casey. Okay. And the thing about Bernie Casey, Revenge of the Nerds is a dumb 80s movie.
Very much.
But it has one of the greatest plot twists of one of those movies that I've ever seen, that I always think about. Because remember, for those of you who've never seen Revenge of the Nerds, it's a college movie. And the nerds are trying to get in to stuff, but you can't do stuff at this college unless you're in a fraternity, because it's the 80s. So none of the fraternities let them join because they're nerds. So then they have to come up with their own fraternity. And you can't just make up a fraternity. You have to be a chapter of an existing fraternity. Right. And what they end up doing is becoming the chapter of a black fraternity. And then that turns out being a plot point at the very, but it's such, like, it's a clever little detail. And Bernie Casey has an appearance in Revenge of the Nerds because he's one of the frat members.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did not remember that.
Yeah, because like at the climax of Revenge of the Nerds, like the jocks are coming to beat them up. And then Bernie Casey shows up with some bras from the frat. I
do remember that.
And it's like non-black dudes, and they're like, "What y'all? Are y'all talking crazy to our frat brothers?"
Yeah, that's right.
And it's like right, black fraternities work different, and it's such a neat little racialized plot point that I always remembered it.
Yeah.
So there are two ways to get to him.
Very good.
Take your pick.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I can't believe it's people in Iron Eagle that you are trying to get me to connect with. But, Clark Johnson is in this, so I can't even be mad.
Look, this was already done
All
before
right.
we.
Okay, who else is in Iron Eagle?
All right. Very good, Vincent.
Lord, I hope it's another black guy.
No.
Oh.
Surprisingly, black guys are few and far between in the Iron Eagle series.
Well, buckle up, folks, because if it ain't Jason, hell, if it is Jason Gidrick, I can't do it.
True, because he's uncredited in Iron Eagle too.
So I was like, oh, Jason Gidrick is too big for his britches. How you gonna pull a Charlton Heston and say kill off my character?
Maybe he didn't. Maybe they didn't tell him.
Oh, who else is all right? What else we got?
In 6 films or less, connect Dervell Martin to David Suchet. Oh, excuse me, Sir David Suchet.
Oh, that. Come on, man. I don't know. What are you doing? What are you doing right now? You know what? Show me a picture. Show me a picture of Sir David Suchet.
Suchet.
Show me a picture of Sir David Suchet.
There's David Suchet.
Well, that is certainly him.
You don't recognize him? You don't recognize the man?
Yeah, I can't do nothing.
He's a
he's the PBS inspector.
Hercule Poirot.
Hercule Poirot.
Yes.
Right, well.
That's on television. He has been in films.
I got it.
He was in Iron Eagle.
Yes, he was. I assume them inspector whatchamacallit checks are good, because I swear he'd been on PBS my whole life.
He was on a lot of them.
Yeah.
He was on a great many of them. I don't think he does them anymore. He was in, I'm looking at his filmography.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a guess that he was in at least.
You just go ahead, give me one. Give me the one you want to give me, because I have no idea who that white man is.
He was in, I want to think you saw this. Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan, Lord of the Apes.
Did see Greystoke. Right, because that is with what's his name that actually plays Greystoke?
Oh, there can only be one.
Yeah, well, I'm immediately jumping to Highlander. Immediately.
Christopher Lambert.
Christopher Lambert, that's right. Who's the love interest? Who plays the woman in that?
Andy McDowell.
Okay, all right, but
yes, this is not to be confused with Bo Derek's Tarzan.
I mean, how often do we get to talk about Highlander, though? So of course, so this dude is in Greystoke with Christopher Lambert. Christopher Lambert is in Highlander with
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, but also my man who plays the bad guy.
Oh,
Alec Baldwin is in my head, but it's not Alec Baldwin.
No, it's not.
It is.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you in 2 seconds. He's Lex Luthor, Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown, and Clancy Brown is in
Fast Times at Richmond Hall.
Well, yeah, that too. But wait, is that him in Blade 2? It's not Clancy Brown, I don't think, in Blade 2.
I don't think he's in Blade 2. Let's see. Clancy, he's been in a bunch of stuff.
Who am I thinking about? That has Clancy Brown energy in Blade 2.
I don't know, because I'm looking up Clancy Brown now, and he's not.
Well, just look up Blade 2. That's probably.
Well, I was looking up. I'm trying to. Because you brought them up. I thought you're trying to get the 6 degrees done.
Yeah.
Now you want to figure out trivia.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Because now I'm stuck on who that is in Blade 2.
Now you can't get that out of your head. Blade 2 is because it's not Triple H, because Triple H is in 3. Blade 2 energy is Ron Perlman.
Think about Ron Perlman. That's right. I am. But Clancy Brown is in some interesting things, though.
Yes, let's go back to Clancy Brown, where I was.
Yeah. What is Clancy Brown in that I love?
Oh, he's in a ton of stuff that you love. He's in one of the greatest movies of all time.
What's one of the greatest movies of all time?
The Shawshank Redemption.
He sure is in Shawshank. He's the guard in Shawshank.
Yes.
All right.
And now you don't want to use the Shawshank Redemption.
Well, you know. All right. Let's go ahead and bring this home.
Please.
So D'Urville Martin is in. Let me see if this is if this is enough. So D'Urville Martin. No, that's going to be too many. I'm so busy trying to be cute. D'Urville Martin is in. Oh, here we go. We go this. We'll go this route. We haven't. I'll give me 2. This will be 2 with this. So D'Urville Martin. No, that's still too many.
No, we've got an ad to run. Are you ready?
I know. All right. So D'Urville Martin is in 5 on the Black Hand Side with Dick Anthony Williams. He's in Mo Better Blues with Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is in Glory with Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman is in Shawshank Redemption with Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown is in Highlander with Christopher Lambert. And Christopher Lambert is in Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan, Lord of the Apes, with
David Suchet.
Who plays who in Tarzan? Who's he in Tarzan?
Buller.
Buller. Well, that clears it up.
I think he's the villain.
Is he the villain?
I believe he's the villain. Yeah.
I really remember enjoying Greystoke. Like a lot. It's like 3 people on Earth that like that movie, but I really like that movie. Who plays the old dude? Is that sure like it's like Sir Alec Guinness or something that plays his grandfather? Yeah, who's the old dude?
I remember being bored by that movie. Let's find out.
Yeah, who's the old guy
in
Greystoke?
Hold on. Get here to David Suchet's filmography. The Greystoke. Ralph Richardson in his final role.
Yeah. You know the other thing about Greystoke? Greystoke is the only adaptation of Tarzan, including, I think, the Burroughs novels, where they allude, even loosely, he was 100% having sex with them apes.
Oh, do they?
Right. So much of the movie is about him in his interpersonal relationship with the apes, and he has a rival, and they're female. Like, he's 100% having sex with those apes.
Is Greystoke your favorite Tarzan adaptation?
It is.
Okay.
It is. I am super duper ashamed, and it's anti-Black, and I probably need to go get some type of therapy for it. But I really enjoy the Johnny Westmuller Tarzan movies.
Okay.
I know. Look, that's my stuff.
That's
That is my internalized anti-blackness. But I think I was watching one like 2 or 3 years ago. Like I pulled it up and said, let me look at this bullshit. And I was like,
You were a kid again.
I was like, yeah. But Greystoke is my favorite adaptation.
I think my favorite Tarzan adaptation is actually the animated series.
Sure.
And only because it's the only one that is a darker. it's a darker man as Tarzan.
Sure. Although I'm pretty good with them leaving us out of it.
Well, he's not a black guy. I mean,
Right,
he's
right.
not black, but he's
Right.
he's got
But
some
like his
little-
hair's kind of locked. I'm like, y'all gotta include us in this one.
No.
We're good.
The locked Tarzan is actually the Disney dark Tarzan.
Yeah. Oh, which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about the animated the animated series from the 70s. That was a Saturday morning.
Oh, the Filmation joint.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a good one now.
That's my Tarzan.
That's
my Tarzan. You know, I mean, it's the same moves everyone,
Yeah.
but I liked it.
yeah.
It was cool, you know, and it was cool.
I know we got it.
Yeah, there you go.
How did you feel about the 70s Joe Kubert comic series?
I liked it, but at the time that it came out, I just wasn't into that type of art and writing. So, but having gone back to it, oh, I love it. Now, forget all of that. I'm talking about adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite Tarzan period is the old comic strips from the 40s and 50s. Oh my God.
Is that Hal Foster?
Yes. They are so beautiful, Vincent. They are absolutely gorgeous.
I agree with you.
Absolutely gorgeous.
So was that before or after Prince Valiant?
It's around the same time.
Oh my God, was he doing that at the same time?
Man, look. Now that I think about it, Hal Foster maybe doing Prince Valiant. It may have been Alex Raymond doing Tarzan.
Okay.
It may have been Alex Raymond doing
right.
Tarzan. But you want to talk about some gorgeous art, worth collecting. It's just too much for my blood. All right, we gotta go.
Okay, all right. We have to talk about Iron Eagle.
We do. But before we do that, I want to invite all of you out there, if you're in the Philadelphia area, if you want to join us tomorrow night here at the Bryn Mawr Film Institute, where Vincent and I will be joining with our good friend Stephanie Watts of the Be Real Black Cinema Club for our screening of Rush Hour. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. at Bryn Mawr Film Institute. We're going to have free pretzels. We're going to have a live talk back after the film, as well as all of those in attendance will vote on the next film that we will be screening in our series, which will be in October, which will mean will be a horror film. So which film are we going to screen in October that will scare the bejesus off of Vincent?
It's true. You
You have to be there tomorrow night in order to take part in the fun. Join our club. The Be Real Micheaux screening series at Bryn Mawr Film Institute tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at brynmarfilm.org. All right?
All right.
And now it is time for us to turn to our review of Iron Eagle 2.
Iron Eagle 2. The sequel to Iron Eagle. In the waning years of the Cold War, General Chappy Sinclair, played by Louis Gossett Jr., is charged with assembling a joint U.S.-Soviet operation to take out a weapons plant in the Middle East. He has his old buddy Matt Cooper on hand, but is surprised to find himself also supervising a feisty Russian woman named Valerie Zhuryenko. Sinclair whips his pilots into shape as they overcome their cultural and gender differences in preparation for their climactic mission. Released in 1988, directed by Sidney Furet, this was the choice of Len Webb. Len, how do you want to begin our conversation around Iron Eagle 2?
First of all, you gave the director a little bit more flourish than he deserved. Sidney Furet.
Oh yeah. And let me apologize. It's Iron Eagle 2,
Yes, that was the original.
the battle beyond the flag.
Yeah. First of all, just a note, a production note. We were, scheduled to review Iron Eagle,
Yes.
the first film.
We were.
Tonight. However, and note, when I chose this film, because this was my selection,
It was.
at the time that I chose it, Vincent and I made a good practice of trying to look for these films and make sure that they are streaming.
True. We do.
Now, I'm pretty sure I saw that this was streaming.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, it was maybe about 2 months ago that I selected the film.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure whether or not I saw that Iron Eagle was streaming or saw that every other Iron Eagle movie was streaming. So it's like, oh, okay, they're streaming.
Sure.
But lo and behold, when it comes time to watch the film, Iron Eagle not only is not streaming, it's available digitally to buy.
Oh yeah.
And that's it.
You have to invest in Iron Eagle.
You have to invest. You have to want to own Iron Eagle for $10.
$10.
Now, I've never seen Iron Eagle, but I'm pretty sure it is not a film that I want to own. Thus, we called an audible about 2 hours before the show, said we're doing Iron Eagle 2.
Right. And as someone who has seen Iron Eagle at least 3 times, A, that's a good call. B, there's not a lot in the original Iron Eagle that you need to enjoy this film fully.
No, you don't. The first Iron Eagle stars Jason Gedrick and Lou Gossett Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Gedrick tries to get Lou Gossett to come, I think, out of retirement to help him find his father who's lost over enemy lines.
Right.
Old jazz like
old
that.
Old army buddy.
Right.
Old military buddy.
Right. So that's basically the plot of Iron Eagle, of the first Iron Eagle. And if you thought, oh man, but I really wanted to take in the acting chops of Jason Gedrick. Well, he's there at the top of Iron Eagle 2.
Right. But only for a minute. Again, is Charlton Heston at the beginning and the end of Beneath the Planet Apes.
At least Charlton Heston got to come back.
Yeah.
Jason Gedrick, it's blink and he's gone. He's blown up in a puff of smoke.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even credited.
Mm-hmm.
He is gone. He is dead. And it probably is the best thing that he's ever done. So then this movie now turns over to Lou Gossett as basically the star, as he is now the rough and tumble, colonel who's going to whip this group of misfit pilots, U.S. pilots, and team them with this group of Russian pilots to pull off this secret plan.
Right.
That's all you need to know.
To destroy the weapon of the enemy.
Of the enemy.
The enemy. Mm-hmm.
It's all you need to know about Iron Eagle 2. And I'm not going to share a whole lot of time on this, because what they realize, here's the thing they realize. Lou Gossett was the best thing in Iron Eagle. Bring him back.
Right.
So Lou Gossett made a business decision, came back for Iron Eagle 2. We'll discuss Lou Gossett's business decisions in a little bit.
Yeah.
Then they realized, okay, Jason Gedrick, he wasn't all that great. Let's blow him up at the beginning. You know what? I think we can take the Jason Gedrick character and we can spread him out over 5 other white guys, and we'll have just as much. We'll have 5 Jasons in this film. And you know what the other film was missing? Iron Eagle was missing? A brother.
I thought you said whatchamacallit was in Iron Eagle.
Larry B. Scott. I don't think his role was so big in the first Iron Eagle. But in Iron Eagle 2, we need a brother in disguise. And look at that fine-looking brother right there, Clark Johnson, in only his second major motion picture. It's really very early in 1988. He's very early into his career. And Clark Johnson shows up on the screen. And when you see Clark Johnson on screen, it usually means, oh, this is something interesting. But not in Iron Eagle 2. It just means that he's just the brother in the skies.
Brother in the sky.
And that means all he is doing is walking around with a ticking clock on the back of his neck, because you know he's going to die.
And a sprinkle of jive.
Oh, yes.
There's a sprinkle of jive.
Just a sprinkle of jive.
Like, is that jive? Did you add jive? Is it a little jive?
Man, you talking jive.
Should have made a left turn. I thought you made dinner reservations. It's like, is that jive? I believe it's a little jive on here.
Man, look, this movie is so boring. It's so badly directed by Sidney Furet.
Who also wrote it.
It is trying so hard to be, because in 1988, Top Gun has already come and gone.
Right.
So now it's trying to reel in. You're missing Tom Cruise is not getting back in that plane anytime soon.
No, he is not.
So we've got all these Tom Cruise lookalikes and wannabes that we can throw into this plane. We've got Clark Johnson we can throw into this plane, and we've got Lou Gossett Jr. eating up scenery, running in at the end of every scene. He's just the rough guy that comes in at the end of every scene saying, break it up, break it up, break it up. That's all he does in this entire freaking movie is to break it up, break it up, break it up. The film was shot in Israel, which means that they use Israeli crews to save money, which means that they had bad sound, which means that everybody had to redub their dialogue, which means that everybody redubbed their dialogue all in an office in Los Angeles, which means that nobody is acting when they're redubbing. They're just reading their lines, regardless of whether or not they're supposed to be in a plane cockpit, whether or not they're supposed to be in the barracks, whether or not they're supposed to be running in the same desert that appears 9,000 times throughout the entire movie. They are all just reading their lines. Hey, watch the plane on the left. Hey, there's a bogey on my left. He's got me. Oh, I'm shot. It's the acting in the entire film. The only one who is having even a modicum of fun is Clark Johnson, and that's because he gets to talk some jive.
It's a little jive.
He's got a little jive to his speech. Other than that, everything else in this movie is flat and dead and boring. Lou Gossett is obviously got mortgages to pay. As we have did a little bit of a dive, he may have had some alimony checks that he had to clear.
Alimony, yeah.
So he's doing what he's doing what he got to do. And in fairness to Lou Gossett, in 1988, Lou Gossett Jr. is 52 years old. And he's not 52 in 2025 where you can kind of still be doing some roles. 52-year-old black man doing motion pictures in 1988, you are taking what is put on the table and you are running with that check. And that is what Lou Gossett is doing. I ain't mad at him, even though he's sleepwalking through this movie.
Yeah.
But I understand he had to do what he had to do. But Iron Eagle 2, it is a mess of a movie.
Yeah, look, there's so many different ways you kind of start to kind of maybe pull something, at least like conversation worthy from this. I joked before, but it is kind of fascinating that there were 5 installments of this.
Okay.
And to be clear, it really is diminishing. It's this really strange dynamic that you have in the Iron Eagle movies. Like, even when Iron Eagle comes out in 86, this is long enough after An Officer and a Gentleman that Lou Gossett Jr. is clearly the biggest star in the film.
Right. And just for context, Officer and Gentleman, he won the Best Supporting Actor
like 3-4
Oscar.
years before this. But because it's the 80s and because of the way race and pop culture works, and you know, I have to say, no one make the mistake that I think many people make, that Iron Eagle is a knockoff of Top Gun.
Right.
Because just historically, Iron Eagle comes out a couple of months before Top Gun.
Yeah, yeah.
But certainly, even when it came out, there was this sense that if you want to have an action film, if you want to have an 80s film, it's got to be a young white guy in the front. So the biggest star is this middle-aged black guy. But we got to have this young white guy up front for reasons. And film after film, they have like this disposable white guy up front. But the only reason anyone is paying any sort of attention to it at all, like any attention, is because of Lou Gossett Jr.
Yeah.
And when you look at all the advertising for each of the films, his image gets bigger and bigger. But
he's a connective tissue.
He's a connective tissue, but again, he's clearly the star. Like clearly, it's like you look at the IMDb's of everyone connected to Iron Eagle, and Lou Gossett Jr. is clearly the star. But each of the films, and certainly Iron Eagle 2 is guilty of this, follows this formula where you got to have Tom Cruise, white guy type up front. He's got to have a rival. He's got to have a love interest. And it's so unwieldy and awkward the way they situate. You know, as you mentioned, Clark Johnson is the black sidekick. I'll get to what's kind of sort of interesting about him in a second. But just that weird dynamic is kind of fascinating to me, how he fits into this thing that's clearly his thing, but is never ever allowed to be his thing. So there's that. I mean, I guess I should have started with, look, the movie is terrible. The movie is terrible. The movie is boring. Okay? Which means that I got to sit here for an hour in 40 minutes and think of some other stuff. So there's that. The second thing is, as we mentioned, Clark Johnson, you know, this is a Micheaux mission. We do black movies. Clark Johnson is very much set up as the disposable black sidekick. Like every piece in this film is a Build-A-Bear 80s action film. So the love interest plays the love interest. The rival plays the rival. There's some like out of shape dudes.
Yeah.
And some some funny accents that are the hey, look at me. I'm a guy from Brooklyn. I'm an Italian guy from 1920s Brooklyn, as written by somebody who's never been to Brooklyn or knows an Italian guy. So, you know, you've got that guy. You've got the Russians who speak broken English, and you've got them. And then you have Clark Johnson. So it's like, oh, yeah, he's not going to make it out of the first 45 minutes. Like there's going to be something like this going so that the hero knows that now this is serious. But Clark Johnson makes it to the end.
I know. There's some close calls. The script is playing with you. The script is playing with you.
Somehow Clark Johnson, and I really did by the end, I actually said, Clark Johnson made it out. How did that happen? Because it shouldn't have happened. So you had that. This is very much regardless of when Iron Eagle came out, obviously, when Top Gun comes out, everything follows Top Gun.
Yes.
And this is obviously a post-Top Gun film. And it is a film that makes you appreciate Top Gun. Like it really does. And specifically the plane choreography.
Oh, yeah.
Like I realized because the only two real military porn movies that I've watched in the past 20 years are Top Gun
and
Top Gun Maverick. So I just assumed there was a level of competence that you would have with these aerial footage. And boy, was I wrong. I had no idea what was going. Like I'm talking about Clark Johnson. I actually thought Clark Johnson had died 2 times.
Right, because of the way it's shot.
Because the way it's shot is planes blowing up, and as you said, there are close-ups of people in the cockpit, and then some planes. I was like, oh, well, there goes Clark Johnson. But then he shows up again. I was like, look at Clark Johnson not dying. The aerial photography is muddled all over the place, and because I was curious, I looked up Top Gun, and people have damn near written books on the work that was done to capture all that footage and the way they captured it. And then, of course, here's another hot take of the evening. These movies are kind of by definition, like just plot-wise, kind of boring.
Of course.
Because they're kind of straightforward, like they're going to get together and then there's going to be a MacGuffin. So like there's nothing. And you realize how much Tom Cruise carries Top Gun on his shoulders. Like Top Gun is interesting because Tom Cruise is interesting. And I think that's all. Like sometimes I think it's good to watch bad movies because it makes you appreciate good movies. But, you know, ultimately, I think this is an example of the type of movie that you saw a lot of in 1988. Like we are fan. You know, we were talking about Alien Earth at the top of the show, and you know, I'm very much one of those Gen X champions that say that we had all of this great stuff in the 80s. Like being a young person in the 80s and just going to the mall to the movies was a wonderful thing during the 80s. But it was a lot of dreck. Like a lot of dreck. And this is very much a movie that if it was in the movies, it was not, it had a very short run. And then it ended up in that churn on cable.
Yes.
That you would see at 1 or 2 in the morning. And that's really all I had to take away from like I do have to say, I am now I'm morbidly curious to see how Chappy, that's Lou Gossett Jr.'s character, how his story continues. Like, I don't know if I'm morbidly curious enough to actually watch the movies, but I did say I'm going to take not a deep dive, but like a medium dive into the wikis of all of the other Iron Eagle movies, because I do seem to remember like everyone was like Iron Eagle 97, glory of the flag. And it's like a big ass picture of Lou Gossett Jr. on the poster. And then it's like a bunch of white people around him. And then it's like one dude who kind of looks like Kirk Cameron. And it's like, oh, well, that's going to be the dude that Lou Gossett is going to yell at, I guess. But somehow he's the star.
Don't they all look like Kirk Cameron?
Right.
So you got Iron Eagle.
Iron Eagle.
Then you got Iron Eagle 2. The battle
beyond the flag.
Battle beyond the
because
flag.
the Soviets and the Americans teamed up.
Then you have Aces, Iron Eagle 3.
So it's not Iron Eagle 3 : Aces?
Nope, it's Aces : Iron Eagle 3.
What's the plot? Do you have I mean, you didn't want to start
the third installment of the Iron Eagle film series and the first one to receive an R rating.
Is it Iron Eagle After Dark? Is it like Baywatch Nights where it got sexy and vaguely supernatural? It was a weird show.
No, it doesn't say that. It just says that Lou Gossett reprised his role as Brigadier General Charles Chappy Sinclair.
Okay.
As the only returning cast. So they couldn't afford Clark Johnson. Yeah.
He was probably on Homicide.
It comes out in 1992. I don't think he was on Homicide yet.
Okay.
It did star retired boxing champion Ray Boom Boom Mancini in a cameo role.
Okay, so he's in a cameo. But what's the plot?
All right. The plot.
I mean, we're wrapping it up, so.
The plot, it doesn't have a short synopsis here. So he goes to find surviving members family members in a village in Peru, where former Nazi Captain Gustav Kleiss runs a drug cartel.
Okay, this sounds pretty interesting.
This sounds
We've got ex-Nazis, so he doesn't have a crew of young plucky. He doesn't have a young plucky squad with him.
Well, it doesn't say that he has a plucky squad, but he's got a group that he's got get together a group to go rescue the mayor's daughter. The mayor's daughter has been kidnapped by the Nazi drug dealer. Yes,
this sounds fantastic.
And Aces, the Iron Eagle.
This sounds fantastic.
And then that was followed by the final.
I thought there were 5 of them.
No, the final one. The final one. And the only one to only feature Lou Gossett on the cover, on the poster, interestingly enough. Lou Gossett Jr. in Iron Eagle on Attack.
Okay. What are they attacking?
Well, I don't know. But in this 4th installment, Chappy guides civilian teenagers.
Oh, here we go.
To perform unofficial military and aerial heroics.
Okay.
So this sounds like it sounds like piece of the action. Because now he's got children that he's got to.
I was actually thinking it was like the Mr. T cartoon.
Maybe.
Mr. T was a gymnastics coach.
Interesting.
Because 1981.
Yes. Yes. Well, that was the final.
Hey, fool, do that backflip.
This was the one that was direct to video.
You remember Mr. T, and it was a dog that was dressed up like Mr. T?
I do remember that.
It was like the little white kid who was dressed up like Mr. T, and then it was the dog that had a mohawk like Mr. T. Yes. And we all watched it and said...
No, we didn't all watch it. I did not watch Mr. T.
Mr. T.
No.
Didn't watch?
No, I only knew the song because I watched the, you remember because they would do the special, they would tell you all the Saturday morning cartoons that were coming. So
you were a gentleman and an estate. You were like, I'll watch that, but not that.
I did not watch Mr. T. It did not interest me at all. I did not watch any episode. Now, saying that, I did watch every episode of the Mike Tyson Mysteries.
Oh, we'll see. That's different. That's different. Yeah, Mr. T was a gymnastics coach, and him and the gymnastics team would solve crimes through the power of gymnastics.
Yes,
and Mr. T's toughness.
Yes, it was
a strange cartoon.
It was strange time.
It was strange time.
It was strange. We wonder why Saturday morning died.
We want you to be a coach in the cartoon, Mr. T. That sounds good. I could be a boxing coach. Maybe not boxing. Okay, maybe the football. I got a background in football.
No, not football.
No, because you're going to travel and solve mysteries. Oh, traveling teams. Or maybe...
I was a wrestler. Maybe I could do
wrestling. Some type of wrestling.
No.
We were thinking gymnastics.
Can you do a somersault?
Because when people think Mr. T, they think gymnastics.
T's for tumble.
T's for tumble. T's for tumble.
I don't tumble.
Ooh. Will I have to tumble?
Well, yeah, it'll be your cartoon, Mr. T. Cartoon, Mr. T, don't tumble.
Mr. T. Is cartoon Mr. T gonna be in a leotard? What kind of coach am I exactly? My point is, much like Lou Gossett Jr., I have questions about Mr. T's management team.
Well, we were talking about it. We were talking about because as we wrap this up, because we're done with the movie.
We're done with the movie. Would you recommend this film, Len?
No.
I would also not recommend this film. Please,
we're not.
Please go. Well, we do have questions about Lou Gossett Jr.
We have questions about Lou Gossett because
and the choices and his management
because he is an actor that we do appreciate. He is a man. First of all, he is a man of not only talent, but he is a man of charisma.
Look,
he is a very charismatic man, and in his defense, while he seems to have made some very dubious movie choices, he was very, very prominent on the small screen at the time.
Look, from the beginning to the end, I had significant problems with the latest adaptation of The Color Purple.
Mm-hmm.
And Lou Gossett Jr. was very ill.
Yeah, he was on his last day.
But I thought he was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like the scenes that he had as old Mister, I said, oh, right, this is Lou Gossett.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and we just saw him not even striking that. We saw him in the HBO Watchmen series. He was excellent in that.
Excellent in the Watchmen series. But you look at his IMDb, and
especially right after you talked about it, he wins the Oscar for Officer and a Gentleman.
Yeah.
And the film immediately that is released.
He is an Officer and a Gentleman in 1982. In 1983, he is in Jaws 3D.
Which is, yes, it all the Jaws sequels are not great. Jaws 2 is, and everything else is garbage.
I know I'm all over the place, but this is super important. You know who else is in Jaws 3D? I believe that's the one with Mario Van Peebles, where he has on the dreadlock wig, and he's a Rasta man.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's Mario Van Peebles as the Rasta man.
It doesn't surprise me. I thought, is Michael Caine in?
I don't know.
Well, anyway.
But I didn't actually know any Jamaicans at the time, but even when I saw it, I said, there's no way that people from Jamaica sound like that.
Not at all.
And you know what? I was correct.
Now, I will make the argument for Lou Gossett doing Jaws 3D because Jaws 3D is released in the summer of '83.
Yes.
Which means that it probably filmed in that late winter, early spring of that year.
Sure.
Which would have been before he would have won the Oscar.
Sure.
For Officer and a Gentleman.
Sure.
So he's just taking a job.
Sure.
And he's given a script that says, hey, we're doing a sequel to Jaws.
The second sequel.
The second sequel to Jaws. Okay. Does that sound like, I don't know, a second sequel to Jaws? I can see be a little iffy on that.
Now the sharks are hunting the kids.
But then you look at Jaws 2.
Mm-hmm.
Jaws 2 was made for a budget of $20 million. It grossed $208 million.
You are effing lying.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Jaws 2 grossed $208 million on a $20 million budget. So if someone is coming to you saying we're doing Jaws 3.
You know what? I swear you have
you're right. You're taking that check.
You have just justified this entire episode just now. Jaws 2 made how much money?
$208 million.
The one with Roy Scheider's wife?
No. Roy Scheider.
Oh, right. You're
Roy
right.
Scheider
He is in Jaws 2. You're right.
Yes, he's in Jaws 2.
Right. I'm thinking about Jaws for the Revenge.
That's right. That's when one it goes chasing the family.
Right. That's well,
and that's the one with Michael Caine.
That's the one. No, Jaws 3D is chasing the family because it's his son who works at SeaWorld.
Okay, but then
Jaws 4, the shark gets
Jaws 4 is the one where the wife is
right.
Revenge.
Jaws 4 is the revenge, right?
Yeah.
Well, now the family is at war with sharks. Like the sharks had a meeting in the ocean and said, vendetta. Solidarity.
Sorry. But yes, so I can justify him doing Jaws 3.
God damn it. Am I going to have to watch Jaws 2? Who directed Jaws? Who directed Jaws?
It ain't Steven Spielberg.
It's not Spielberg.
Roy Scheider. The funny
I
thing,
forgot that Roy Scheider was in it.
The funny thing about it is that, you know, like, because Robert Shaw dies in the first one.
All right, spoiler.
But Roy Scheider is the only other one, because Richard Dreyfuss didn't have it. Roy Scheider is the only one that had it in his contract that he had to return for the sequel.
Really?
Steven Spielberg didn't have it in there. Richard Dreyfuss didn't have it. Only Roy Scheider. So he had to do it. He had to do the movie.
Oh. I'm going to mispronounce his name. Is Gino Zwak directed it?
Okay.
Only other thing he directed. He directed Christopher Reeve's other movie, Somewhere in Time.
Oh.
And then he directed Supergirl.
Well, there you go.
Right.
There you go. There's his filmography right there.
Right.
All I'm saying is, so I'm defending him taking Jaws 3D.
Look, man, brother got to eat.
He got to eat, but that doesn't sound like a bad choice for Jaws 3D.
Right.
Now, everything after that
Right.
is the brother got to eat.
Right. We talked about Enemy Mine.
Yeah.
And I think it's a shame they put him under all that makeup. But I like him in Enemy Mine.
No, he's not. He's doing his thing. Yeah. He's the best thing in that movie.
But I think when we talk about the legacy of Lou Gossett Jr., we can skip the Iron Eagle.
Oh, no.
I'm serious.
Look, no. Nobody talks. Yeah, look, you say he did Iron Eagle.
I mean, I don't even know how much you need to say that.
Well, you say it because he did it.
I'd rather talk about, what was it, the Strange Powers of Matthew Starr.
Oh, was he in that?
Dog, he was. Remember, he was.
Oh, that's right.
He was the guardian of the boy. The boy came to Earth with superpowers,
and then he was in Roots.
And yes, I think
that's where we really.
I probably should have started. With
That's
Roots.
Where we start.
I went to Matthew Starr. Are you trying to make me look bad?
You're doing good, by
why was Dwayne dating D?
It was 7 years.
It was the 80s. Right.
It was D.
All right. So we're going to skip Iron Eagle 2.
Okay. We're going to skip Iron Eagle 2.
All right.
And when we've reached the end of the mission, after we have reviewed Meteor Man, and someone, probably your brother, says in the chat, hey, y'all never did Iron Eagle 3 or 4, or the first one. Just rewatch this review.
Right. Everything that we said.
And then just
apply it to that.
And write a 4.
Right.
Because we ain't reviewing them.
Probably not.
Unless someone else brings them to this.
Someone brings it to right.
That ain't happening.
Right.
All right. But before we tell you what we're going to be reviewing next week here on the Micheaux Mission, I invite you to follow the Micheaux Mission on the social media of your choice, whether or not it be Instagram or Facebook or Threads at Micheaux Mission. You can also follow the Micheaux Mission on YouTube. Hit the bell, subscribe, be notified of when we go live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. right here from Young Junk, Philadelphia's premier video podcast palace. If you want to book yourself in one of the lovely studios that they have here in Young Junk Central, and they've got a ton. They've got every type of podcast setup your heart desires. You need to go to youngjunk.com and book yourself right now, because they are loaded. I think they do like about 80 podcasts out of it in here. Micheaux Mission is also a proud member of The Podglomerate, thepodglomerate.com. They make podcasts work, such as ours, which will be returning next week, when we will review Wesley Snipes standing on top of a sugar hill. Next week, here on The Mission. Until then, he's Vincent, I'm Len, and in parting we say,
we'll see you when it's time to meet again.
Young John!